All on the other side of it, she managed to just take the timing to get herself into the back of the site. Brilliant stuff from her individually, and honestly saved the round. As said, it can be very difficult.
This is super interesting too, because we've seen in China, they don't really like playing Corrode at all.
Here we go. Clem will lock the Neon, but a double duelist comp hovering on the other side. That would be a big change for G2 Gozendan.
That both teams are going to be comfortable on the next map, but I think G2 are forced to be reckoned with when it came to their old split. Everybody has a weapon. There's no risk of giving a rifle over to the other side, which that has its benefits, but people moved away from this for the exact reason of going into the next round. It kind of sucks. For Akita though, a little bit of confidence building. Of course, the newbie to the champ stage.
Curious to see is how G2 are going to be managing this mid contest, because a lot of the time we see teams go for the Viper because of how oppressive it is. It allows you on defense or offense to have that mid wall, as well as covering off one side of the map on defense. With
Sniper on the other side, a quick rotation, but it's a fast-paced take. Nightfall used immediately. It was earned up over the last couple of rounds, and the Thorns are going to really deal some damage. Vanya was the only one connected, but also taken out. The pace working wonders for the side of Nova, and okay, Clem. What a start to the round. Mimi gone, operator on the ground, and it seems like it's not getting any better. Icebox with another, Shirazi to close.
Will they have the strategies to outmatch G2? It's just when it comes to trading blows with this squad, will you be able to match up pound for pound firepower? And that's not something that we've seen Nova tested in to nearly this degree.
Early days.
My blind is dead.
This is, of course, a good chance for Shirazi to maybe bring this back. Flash out though, they're gonna go through the utility. Amy, again, her job is just to delay. Actually, opts to use the ability to take away the guns. That steel guard.
They've got Sheer holding off the spawn, which leaves two players to hold a very important angle, but the flash is key. It catches as Alyssa goes down, so too does Icebox. And now Sheer from up top, gonna be caught out by the orbital strike. Pushed down below, but survives. A sliver of HP, the regen shield's coming back up, giving a small margin, but 4 bullets left in the rifle. The paranoia goes through, the defuse underway, and they've done it. G2 battling back on the low buy.
Across that initial utility, pop flash out. Amy's the one that's getting ready to take the swing, but Clem wins that first fight, doesn't get much more. Vanya has traded things evenly. But now there is that steel guard, and Vanya was already prepared for it though. The pistol in her hand, sat in the corner, but easily taken down.
Sheer caught, stays up close, looks for the fight, but it's Akita to put her in the ground and double up as well. Shirazi with a chance, but being watched. Timing is everything. The shot lands. And now waiting for that tap, the defuse underway. Akita sticking it at least a half, but now looks for the battle and finds her third of the round. That up.
I've started to see some of that individual ability we spoke about. Vanya doing well in this round, Akita as well. I like the storyline as well. It was mentioned on the desk that for Shirazi, this is a little bit of a revenge map. The same can be said, though, if you go all the way back to 2022 for Alyssa. Of information. In fact, Mimi knows everything.
The Molly's going to delay them, following up on that Nightfall with Akita still in the corner. Stun goes through, but she's got one of her own. Further delay as Nova now have to rely on another burst of utility to get in, but it's supposed to be Sheer in the back lines, only able to grab one, and then it's a desolation from G2.
And with that Nightfall online again, both players are going to be connected.
Again, though, we get another set of Thorns going through to pop that delay. Nova following up still onto Amy. Mimi in the corner, grabs herself a double. Well, they're right back in the lead. Player advantage, and then another falls. Mimi keeps on delivering. And with 12 seconds left, they've got to go.
Shirazi. The first one to face. It's a little bit late, but it's Mimi already with 4 and only 1 standing for Nikita. She cares about her own numbers rather than giving the leader the ace. Happy going forward.
Yeah, a 7-5 half is nothing to turn your nose at, especially when we know their attack can be quite solid indeed. You know what, I'm excited for many things today, and one of which is the fact that we've got some big names. G2 putting a lot of pressure around this angle, and you can already see Prowler going through means they want that control. Akita's following it up slowly, but Clem quick to connect the headshot. Puts Nova in a 5 versus, well now 3 into 2. It's Petra and Amy. Double the numbers on the other side. Spike down and no chance by the looks of things.
There's not really an individual fight, although saying that, Icebox did decide to go look, and they're going to now try and swing it together. Because you basically, if 2 people go down, that's a problem. Whereas for G2, it's like, oh no, I lost the Spectre, oh no, I lost the Sheriff. Like, it is. That's the kind of trade-out. Already, though, that's not the best of starts. That's a gun into the hands of Petra.
Falls back, a spam attempt coming in from Petra, and some of these players very low! Amy's already got one with the right click. This is looking so doable for G2. Nova need to buckle down as Petra puts them in the ground! Yeah, G2 coming in as favorites and now having that extra wiggle room. Nice shutdown though by Sheer to start this. Petra keeps on going. That Guardian hasn't been taken out of her hands. Maybe it won't. That's a spam from Vanya straight through the mid smoke that she put down.
How much are you willing to gamble to get back into this site? And also, the defenders are all coming in from one choke. A lot that they need to clear, even wary of Heaven, and understandably so. Shirazi, though, that's a gun barrel. That's a spot. A second as well. Player in the corner, though. They haven't been able to clear. It was actually Vanya to find the first kill. That left Mimi hidden, but Shirazi is fighting strong. Already to look to bring this back, and it's the headshot, but does she have the time? It's close. That will be the question. So close. I think she just about got it. A second and a half left on the clock. The Red Bull clutch, and Shirazi.
As he's now hearing that it's the wrong spot to have numbers in. Now, hold on. If she lets the decoy go past, it could be huge. Bang, you just spam the box. All right, well, yeah, all the trigger discipline in the world ain't going to help you out of that one. For there, so if Nova can slip by, great, but that's going to be easier said than done with a big battle waiting for them as they round the corner. Death is all that awaits them. 11-7 in flawless fashion.
On the other side, in fact, there's a couple of players. She needs to hit this shot and get out immediately, and that's exactly what she does. Very nice.
That was clean as can be. Now Mimi's on the wrap up behind. Already used that dimensional drift and is hunting down a kill, but Clem has found another. Out comes the shorty. But Mimi now poses a threat with the flash through this smoke. Making a big impact, but Paranoia goes in. Rest of the squad delayed. Clem finding a third in the round. Mimi tagged desperately low. It's on to Petra. Look at this corner spot for Mimi. She shouldn't get much, but Petra's there to cover her. They're already on the run through. Little bit of tag from Petra. 2 steps at least. Have been heard. What a shot! That puts us back to even, but still the HP advantage sits with Nova. They don't know where Mimi is, and they don't know where Petra's gone. Another swing, and it's a hit! G2 now with the advantage. The time ticking. Petra in the corner, and she has heated up in this map. Nova's flesh serving as the kindling pick of Nova.
We saw the poll earlier where I think it was 0.2% where Mel and Alexis were voted the better duo of the two. And that should have been a Nova victory, but for her individual brilliance. Clem off with a nice start, but that happened in the last round as well, and this time there's an immediate response.
Sheer has the trigger discipline to at least let the decoy go past, but this is going to be tough. 3 players coming through that angle. No flash to work with. Nightfall does catch just about, and so Sheer ends up being an easy kill for Akita. Just the 1 bullet needed. Like, clearing out elbow at least. Knowing there's a player close, the reveal goes in, but look how patient G2 are with the orbital strike. They knew that they could run down this clock, and now the pressure truly onto Nova as players fall one after another. Alyssa seemingly stands no chance, with G2 locking in their 13th round.
On the other side, though, Dan, I do like these double duelist looks. I thought Mimi was good on that Yoru map 1.
G2, and it's the defensive side coming in with classics. But they're grouped up ready for this fight, and that's a double opening. Clem with 2 of her own. G2 having to battle.
With
Spike planted.
G2 were able to do with that, forcing them into the open, but that forces Vanya and Amy into the fight. Themselves the round.
Yeah, but costly indeed. Yeah, you look at that from Nova's perspective, and over on Corrode on the defensive side, they took a big gamble, stacked 4 players on A.
Fine, you get a round win here and it's not.
Upshot is everything, but it's already going to be spotted, pushed back now. The stun goes into play, but Mimi sees the second player. Cosmic Divide now. Mimi's going to find that little bit of a gap in spawn. It's beautiful! Mimi taking down Alyssa, but the AWP of Clem but Mimi's already faded out, gone back to the rest of the squad, as Sheer is able to slip past on the backside. Nova with a lifeline! Sheer dominance on the B site!
Sort of battle and brawl on the other side of it. She managed to just take the timing to get herself into the back of the site. Brilliant stuff from her individually, and honestly saved the round. As said, it can be very difficult. Maybe one player would have been low. They've gone in with a couple of classics here.
Oh, this is risky though, running through the pit. Already one player has snuck past. Alyssa didn't seem aware, and now the showstopper right on Shirazi's feet. And look at the position of Amy.
And a flank. Wow, that's going to be something. Clem has managed to take down Mimi. That puts them in a bit of a box, actually, while that flank is still coming. Icebox has done well, but Vanya's still standing strong. And now Amy strikes. She's been waiting for a moment all the way through the round for Clem. This is not the position you want an operator.
They're buying up because, like, if Akita gets a pick, you've got the showstopper. The fact that she walks through the pit, finds Alyssa off guard, then gets the Viper, opening that road for her teammates to just barrel into the B site.
Ooh, Amy under pressure. Clearing her has been an important part, and it came down to the 1 versus 1, but that's the second time that Icebox managed to win it. Shirazi holding on to the vents like her life depends on it. It did. The remaining two, it feels like Nova might have just found their momentum. It's left all onto Vanya, and she won't get anything.
Have a lot of impact before, so it is definitely important to see them still look that little bit confident, getting aggressive in some of those early fights, but not overextending across the map and taking those last duels together.
The challenge for mid has been a large part of either team.
There's the drone down for the info, but they've already heard it. It's all about that op shot from Clem. They must have seen her because they even flashed back out into mid. But yes, this is why the pit coming back into play to try to lock this down in the post plant main. Right-clicked up top. Oh. It's beautiful from Akita. Very difficult retake for Nova. The slide good, but Mimi better. And it's down to the 1v1. Already low is Icebox, and that decay is going to take this from bad to worse. A spam from Amy would be enough, and the snake bite certainly will do the trick.
You'd see, like, it's such a small detail, but a lot of people, the second it's tapped, you're going to go, I'm going to snake bite. She's like, okay, possibility of tap and then swing. I know the timing. This will be now where she's going for that second half. Now I use the snake bite. That's all the risk gone, because by that point she would have already been swung. You're not going to wait till 1 HP to do that. Has been sublime. A 7th round, and while a showstopper with 2 targets and 2 targets taken.
But it seems like G2, they've found their rhythm. As every note falls into place, Akita's third. And Mimi looking for one on the backside, but it will be Petra.
Side as expected, and of course for Nova, we knew this was always going to be a tough battle. It's now an uphill one. They'll have to try and find a response after the break. Seems like they've got the right read. Multiple players already here. Early utility. It's not a bad start though. Clem's done well. That's a player drop. Clem with the classic. Seems to do so much damage all of the time, and now Shirazi's adding another. This is starting to get very interesting indeed. A chance to give themselves a lifeline, and Clem is looking to do it all. It's left to Petra, who doesn't know there's another on the cross. And hey, that's one way to find a response. A MasterCard Thrifty.
The first bit of soil dropped on the coffin
there as well.
Absolutely. And they managed to come out on top for Nova, a 9-5 scoreline, and an immediate start to this half. Honestly, it is better than winning the pistol round. Not only because G2 being so damn good with the classics, but Nova get this massive boost to the economy. G2, snake bite down. This is a safe corner though for Shirazi. It hasn't quite extended as much as they'd hoped, and Mimi, getting a bit curious, ends up being dropped by Clem. Now the Seekers go out. Situational, but this is the perfect situation as they clear this A site completely. And the spike can move towards it. Late play coming through mid from Alyssa, but she's now being caught. They're looking into the spawn off the Sky Flash, but it's fairly easily dodged. That went all the way around the corner. Paranoia doesn't land on Amy, but the rest are blinded up. Vanya stuck in the corner, and Shirazi's third lands. Akita up close, won't find the double.
Paranoia as well was superb, because the initial flash didn't land, but the second one left 2 completely blind as they went in to try and take the fight. The timing couldn't be better, and for Shirazi, well,
They've made it work before. The classic up close. I got so worried. Kind as it has been in the past. Drone coming through from Alyssa towards B main has spotted players, but Akia somehow gets one and gets out. Well, having been spotted, but Mimi has TP'd back, now looking for the fight up into heaven as Vanya goes down. Yeah, it's going to be tough to find more here. Akita on the cross. Good damage! Spike dropped up in heaven. Mimi might not be expected quite this quickly, and now for this happened before. Shirazi in the pit and will be caught yet again by the showstopper. But it's left onto Petra. 1 versus 2. It seems like Nova may have stumbled, but they will not fall. Not just yet, unless Petra's got a big play up her sleeve. Already isolating one. The reveal is there. The reload needed. And now her opponent rounds the corner to destined death.
The buy, it stinks. I think the only thing really there is going to be that overdrive, a chance to try and close the gap, but Akita is ready and waiting. Clem gone.
Yeah, Clem wanted to put the pressure onto Petra there. She was stuck in the corner and still will be. Dodges that flash again. Great wall that they have in play here. Got to give credit to Amy.
Go ahead.
Still have that Omen to play with, but no smoke down, and Mimi has a field day with that. Covering the cross back as well. Here is walking down on the back of it. Even suspects that that's the decoy as Alyssa finds one.
Her staying alive. Fairly integral. G2 with a chance to end the map. Alyssa, a chance to get an ace. She's stuck in the backside, but still swings out. One more needed to individually win the round for her team, but that's where her teammate will come in.
The surface, but they cut through that like a knife on the side of Nova. A much needed win, 4 rounds in a row still to be connected, and they ran into a lot of issues here, but Alyssa, you know, you said we might not have seen.
Yeah, that's important information, and in fact, it seems like we're going to get a push on 2 fronts. One of them is in the form of Akita, and then Amy's also managed to find Clem. Well, let's just fall back and fight this one together. We have that advantage already.
Oh, Mimi! The double kill! And maybe the death blow delivered just like that. It will be a triple from Mimi to close this out in flawless fashion. G2 have given Nova courtesy enough, and they take it 2-0.